Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now continuing with Lord of the Rings Hobbit movie reviews. Now let's take a look at the two different versions of Return of the King. Here I am with a review for the animated Rankin Bass Return of the King. So, yeah, this one came out in 1980, and people do kind of look at this film as kind of like an unofficial sequel to the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings film, and yeah, because if there is like since these films are from different studios and stuff, well, yeah, they really are not officially connected to each other. There has never been any official ruling that the Bakshi film and this film actually do have connections. So yeah, these films are kind of really separate it, films for different universes, I guess. That's as far as the studios go. And I'm not sure if this film is actually any continuation from the animated Hobbit film, because Rankin Bass of course also did the animated Hobbit film, and they did this as well. So yeah, I don't know if this actually does have any actual connection to the animated Hobbit. So yeah, I really don't, like I said before, I really don't know if any of these three animated films did have any connection at all. But yeah, the rumors say that due to Ralph Bakshi not actually making any sequel to his film, Rankin Bass actually all like they decided to do their own version of Return of the King. But it was also said that they actually were always having this plan to do who as their follow-up project to the animated Hobbit. So yeah, I guess this was always in the works, but I guess due to Ralph Bakshi's film, it was kind of like they were debating whether or not to do it, but since Ralph Bakshi didn't make another film, they decided to go through with making their like making their version. Rankin Bass decided to go ahead and make their version of it. So yeah, so they decided to make this one. And so, is this version really any good? Well, simply put, not really. I mean, yeah, I really didn't think that this was really that good at all. I mean, yeah, I mean, just the animation for this one really just. I mean, you remember what I was saying with the animated Hobbit film, how the animation really didn't look very good? Neither does the animation for this. I mean, yeah, the animation for this really is just it's really not very good. It looks like it was a very bad budget for this film. Plus, also the voice acting for this film really isn't very good either. I mean, the voices don't even really match the mouth movements at all. I mean, the mouth movements really are just really bad. I mean, it's just they open it up and maybe the mouth can actually extend at points, but yeah, the mouth movements really do not match the dialogue very good at all. And so yeah, it really doesn't the voice acting really isn't very good. This film is filled with a bunch of songs that really are not really good and not very memorable at all. I mean, the only song I can really remember is the song by the Orcs, "Where There's a Whip, There's a Way," and I probably really just remember that one very much because Nostalgia Critic included that in his old versus new of Lord of the Rings when he included that at the end when he was trying to compare this one to the Jackson film, and yeah, just by that song alone, it just you could see that the Jackson film really was better, and yeah, Peter Jackson really did way better telling this story than Rankin Bass did here. I mean, just this really just if I'm gonna compare this to the Jackson version, then yeah, this version sucks. So yeah, so yeah, really can't really compare this to the Jackson one because it's just not gonna look good at all. This is just really gonna be an abomination of a film compared to the Jackson film. So yeah, I really I guess I really can't really do anything comparing this to the Jackson film. So let me just look at this in comparison to like the Ralph Bakshi film. So yeah, really just the Ralph Bakshi film really did like have a lot better animation than this one, and the voice acting was a lot better, and there were some characters that were actually written better than in the Jackson films, like I was talking about when I reviewed that one. But is there anything that this one does better than the Jackson film? I mean, the Bakshi film? Well, there is one thing I think that this film does do better than the Bakshi film. I think Sam's character, he's better like written in this film than he is in the Bakshi film. Sam actually does look like really competent in this film. Like in this film, like as it starts off, Sam is like really on his own, just like searching for Frodo, and yeah, Sam actually is written like a lot better here than the Bakshi film. I mean, yeah, if you've seen the Bakshi film, like you know like how horrible Sam is written in that version. So yeah, Sam's character in this one, he's written like a lot better than in the Bakshi film, and he actually does look competent and he can fend for himself and stuff. So yeah, I do like Sam's character overall in this one better than the Bakshi film. Everything else though, I mean, Frodo just really doesn't seem like very like, oh, I really don't know, but yeah, Frodo just seems like really like not incompetent, but really weak in this film. Like Frodo is being tortured at a point in this film where Sam finally saves him, and just yeah, Frodo's character just seems like not really written very good, and just like everybody else really is just like a completely forgettable character, totally forgettable in this version. And yeah, I mean Gandalf, like he's not really memorable in this version. Merry and Pippin, I mean they barely see them in this film, so yeah, they're useless. And yeah, Gollum in this film, he has the exact same design that he was given in the animated Hobbit, and yeah, if you saw my review for that, it was like really bad. So yeah, Gollum just looks like crap in this version, and yeah, Aragorn barely has a role in this film, and so yeah, this version just it's really not very good. So I really don't even know really what else to say about this. So it's just really not very good. I would give it probably, I don't know, 1.5 stars out of 4. I really, this version really is not recommended. I mean, yeah, if you want to really see any of these 3 animated films, I really would just probably recommend only Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings. I mean, the 2 Rankin Bass animated films with The Hobbit and this, I really wouldn't recommend watching at all. I just really recommend Ralph Bakshi's film, and that's it. So, yeah. So, yeah, let me just talk about the film. I mean, I'm probably just going to skim through real fast because there's really not too much to talk about here, and I'm really going to go into much more depth in this and when I review Peter Jackson's film. So, yeah, I'll just really just skim right through this, really. So, the story in this film, it's kind of told kind of interestingly. It's shown that they are celebrating Bilbo's 129th birthday in Rivendell, and it's like Frodo is there, and Sam's there, and Gandalf's there, and just yeah, like a lot of the characters really are there. Merry and Pippin are there, yeah, just like yeah, just a bunch of characters are there, and it's shown that Frodo is like missing a finger. And then yeah, they were like Frodo was like telling his story about trending through Mordor as the ring bearer, and they told him that him like is like trending is like journeying through Mordor, and he ends up like finding the ring himself, and then like Frodo is like held captive in the York fortress, and Sam is like pondering whether or not he wanted to keep the ring for himself, but he rejects, and then just went after Frodo to save him and stuff. And so, yeah, Sam was then just like journeying off to the Orc Fortress in Cirith Ungol to rescue Frodo, and he eventually did. And it showed Frodo was like being tortured by um, the orcs and stuff. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it then showed how Sam was wearing the ring over his neck, and then like at a couple of points in this film, like the ring was like overtaking Frodo and controlling Frodo, and yeah, Frodo was just like trying to like tell Sam not to touch the ring, and it was his, and stuff, and so yeah, at a couple of points in this film, the ring was like taking control over Frodo and kind of like possessing Frodo a little bit, yeah, and like there's this thing with Gandalf and Pippin in Minas Tirith, and they're trying to warn the steward of the throne, Denethor, about the war that's coming up. But then they discovered that he was like really insane, and he ended up just like taking his own life, you know, life and stuff. And then, and yeah, and yeah, meanwhile, and then yeah, Sam and Frodo were just like continuing toward Mount Doom, and they were like evading the Black Riders as well as like orcs and stuff, and then they eventually ended up coming across Gollum, and Gollum like tried to attack Frodo and Sam to take the ring back once again, but then yeah, Sam was able to hold Gollum off, and then Frodo ended up reaching the crack of Mount Doom, but then like he ended up like being subverted by the ring and stuff, and then as that was going on, Rohan, the neighboring country of Gondor, helped Gondor claim victory in the Battle of Pelennor Fields, where King Théoden um, and the Witch King of Angmar ended up like being slain. And then eventually, like Aragorn ended up arriving, and then he had the plans to confront Sauron at the gates of Mordor. And then yeah, he was like quarreling with the mouth of Sauron, and like the armies were like battling one another. Yeah, and eventually he like Sam and like finding Frodo after Frodo like ended up like journeying up on his own Mount of Doom, and then like Sam then saw Gollum and Frodo were fighting over the ring, and then yeah, Gollum ended up like biting Frodo's finger off, and then he ended up like claiming the ring, and then as Gollum was like just celebrating his retrieval of the ring, or his precious as he refers to it, Gollum then just ended up like falling into the magma chamber in Mount Doom, and yeah, the ring ended up like falling in with him. And then once the ring ended up being destroyed, then Sauron ended up being perished away. And then as Sam and Frodo were then just like trying to outrun the lava from the you know erupting mountain, they ended up like being saved by eagles. And then a few months passed by, and then yeah, Aragorn then ended up being crowned king of Gondor, and then yeah, and then like during Frodo, uh, Bilbo's birthday, like it was then just showing that Frodo would join Bilbo, Gandalf, and Elrond to leave Middle Earth, and then like as before they left, Frodo ended up like giving Sam him a book with Bilbo's memoirs with some spare pages to assure Sam that he still has a good life still in store. And then Gandalf just assured all the hobbits that they'll someday have descendants among humans to preserve their own existence. And then, yeah, it then just showed like Frodo, Gandalf, Bilbo, and Elrond then just departing from the Grey Havens. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, then the film just went off. So, yeah, the story for this one really is short and sweet. I mean, of course, like the Jackson film does like include much more than this. So yeah, I'll go into much more in depth into the story when I do review the Jackson film, as I said before. But yeah, this really is just like a really cheaply animated TV film. So yeah, really not a recommended film. And so yeah, even if you do want to like a shorter version of Return of the King, if you feel that the Jackson film is too long, still don't watch this one. Still do stick to the Jackson film because it is like a lot better than this version. So yeah, this just really is not really a very good film at all, even by TV movie standards. So yeah, not really recommended. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about the anime Return of the King. So yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't seem to really go as in depth in this one, but I really just didn't have a lot to say about it because it's just really not very good. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Alright, so yeah. So that's my review of the anime Return to the King. So yeah, but stay tuned for my next review when I will return back to the Jackson trilogy to talk about Jackson's Return to the King film, and it'll be a lot better than this one. So yeah, stay tuned for that coming up next. So, but anyways, that's it for this review. So I hope you guys did enjoy what I had to say about it, as little as I did. But so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.